students. Okay, today we are going to discuss regarding the apoptosis. Okay, we will see what is this apoptosis. Okay, in detail we will discuss what is this apoptosis. Clear? And if you see this apoptosis, you will call it as coordinated as well as internally programmed cell death. Okay, coordinated as well as internally programmed cell death, you will call it as apoptosis. Clear? And if you see this apoptosis, otherwise you will call it as falling off or drooping off. Okay, in the Greek terminology, this apoptosis you will call it as a falling off or drooping off. Clear? See, generally if you see this apoptosis, which is regulated by the rate of the cell divisions. Clear? See, and if you see this apoptosis, which is entirely different from the necrosis. Clear? See, if you see in case of necrosis, what happens? The cell death is going to be occurs, see, because of some hydrolytic enzymes. Clear? But here what happens in case of apoptosis, which is not because, okay, maybe there may be involvement of some proteolytic enzymes, but mainly what happens, the rate of cell division, okay, it is going to be involved in case of this apoptosis. Clear? So that means if any unwanted cells, okay, if our body doesn't require some of the cells, then immediately what happens, okay, which will be activating the death pathway. Okay, see, that is going to be regulating the rate of the cell division, and finally which will be leading to the cell death. Okay, first we will see some of the apoptosis, okay, in physiological conditions, and next we will see the apoptosis in case of the pathological conditions. First we will see this apoptosis in case of, okay, physiological conditions. How this apoptosis is going to be taking place during this physiological conditions. Okay, the first one is, if you see, that is the sculpting of the tissues. Okay, what is that? Sculpting of tissues. Clear? That means during the development of the embryos. See, whenever a baby is going to be formed, clear, inside, okay, the embryo, then what happens? Some of the unwanted cells are going to be removed. Okay, that is organized cell death. We will call it as organized cell death during the sculpting of the tissues in the development of the embryo. Okay, that is one of the physiological apoptosis you are going to be seen regularly. Clear? And next one is endometrium shedding. Okay, see, what is this endometrium shedding? See, that means suppose if anybody is not pregnant, clear? See, that means normal women. See, what happens every month you are going to be observing this menstrual cycles. Clear? See, what is the reason behind that menstrual cycles? Because in those cases there will be decreased levels of progesterones. Clear? See, whenever there is a decreased levels of the progesterones, you are going to be observed, which will be leading to the shedding of that endometrium, which will be leading to the menstruation in case of the females. Clear? See, once if the woman is pregnant, then what happens? Automatically the progesterone levels is going to be increased. You cannot observe these kind of endometrium shedding. Clear? And the third one is involution of thymus. What is that? Involution of thymus. Okay, if you see this involution of thymus, see, that means after childbirth, what happens? Slowly the size of the thymus is going to be increased only till the puberty. Clear? See, that means till the puberty only the size of thymus is going to be increased, okay, which will be increasing the weight up to 20 to 25 grams. Later on, what happens after the puberty, there will be decreased levels of this, or decrease the size of the thymus you are going to be observed, that is by the mechanism of this apoptosis. Clear? See, these are the three simple examples regarding the physiological apoptosis. Okay, next we will see regarding the pathological apoptosis. Okay, pathological conditions. Okay, during the pathological conditions where this apoptosis is going to be applied. Okay, the first one is, that is cell death of tumors. Okay, cell death of tumors whenever they are exposed to the chemotherapeutic agents. Clear? See, that means what happens? Cell death of the tumors whenever the tumors are exposed to the chemotherapeutic agents. See, that means what here I am saying is whenever any cancer patient are taking these chemotherapeutic agents, then what happens? All those drugs are acting on the cell division particularly, and finally which will be leading to the death of the tumors. Okay, next one is cell death, okay, mainly by the cytotoxic T cells. Cell death by cytotoxic T cells. Okay, this cell death by cytotoxic T cells you are going to be observed in case of graft versus host rejections. That means in case of transplantations, what happens whenever the foreign organ is going to be inserted, then what happens? Cytotoxic T cells, that means our immune system is trying to killing those cells. Okay, that is cell death by cytotoxic T cells. And next one is in case of some neurodegenerative diseases. Clear? In case of neurodegenerative diseases like Parkinson's or Alzheimer's, okay, definitely there will be a degeneration of cells you are going to be observed mainly by the process of this apoptosis. Is it clear? See, this is some, okay, that is in physiological conditions there is involvement of apoptosis, as well as in case of the pathological conditions also there is an involvement of the apoptosis. Okay, next we'll discuss regarding the mechanism. Okay, what is the mechanism that are going to be involved in this apoptosis? Okay, in that the first one is, that is the initiators. First one is you have to see, that is initiators of apoptosis. Clear? See, these initiators of apoptosis, if you see what are these initiators, that means these are going to be triggers, the signals for the programmed cell death. Okay, that you will call it as initiators, okay, for this apoptosis. Okay, we'll see what are the different initiators, okay, for this cell death. Okay, see that first one is, suppose if you are withdrawing some hormones, okay, if we are withdrawing some hormones or the growth factors, clear, then what happens? Automatically leads to the that is initiating the process of the cell death. See, that means these hormones and growth factors, see, once which binds to a particular receptor inside our body, which will be leading to the cell survival process. Clear? Whenever these hormones or the growth factors binds to a particular receptor, which will be leading to the cell survival process. But once if we are withdrawing these hormones and the growth factors, then what happens? The cell survival pathway cannot be survived. Clear? Finally, which will be leading to the death of the cell. Okay, and next one is some of the extracellular signals. Okay, some of the extracellular signals, okay, that extracellular signals, okay, which includes, that is activation of Fas receptor, okay, which is one of the best example for this extracellular signals, okay, that is activation of this Fas receptor, which will be leading to the cell death. Okay, next we are having some intracellular signals. Okay, some intracellular signals, okay, like heat, okay, and if you see like radiation. Clear? See, this all you will call it as intracellular signals, which can also leads to the initiation of this cell death. Clear? See, this is regarding the initiators. Clear? See, what are these are the three main initiators for the process of this apoptosis. Okay, okay, today we'll discuss regarding the activation of the Fas receptor. Clear? In detail mechanism, how if there is an activation of the Fas receptor, how which will be leading to the death of the cell. Clear? And suppose if you see this is one receptor. Clear? See, this is one Fas receptor. Okay, see this Fas receptor, this is a receptor. Okay, receptor means which is a protein that will be present on the surface of the cell. Clear? See, if you see this Fas receptor, okay, this receptor you will also call it as a death receptor. Okay, another name for this Fas receptor is the death receptor. Okay, and it is a transmembrane protein. Okay, and if you see this Fas receptor, which is a transmembrane protein and which is having a death domain. Okay, which is having a death domain. See, because of the presence of this death domain in this receptor, which will be inducing the apoptosis. Clear? See, what happens whenever the Fas ligand, okay, this is a ligand, whenever this Fas ligand binds to the Fas receptor that will be present on the surface of the cell, okay, which will be recruiting some molecules, okay, that you will call it as some proteins, you will call it as FADD. Clear? That means Fas associated death domain. See, whenever this Fas ligand binds to the Fas receptor, then what happens, which will be recruiting from, that is some adapter proteins, you will call it as FADD. Okay, that you will call it as Fas associated death domain. Okay, this is going to be interacts with precaspases 8. Clear? See, these two together you will call it as a disc complex. Clear? See what I am saying here, whenever the Fas ligand binds to the Fas receptor, which will be recruiting some, that is adapter proteins, that is FADD. Okay, that is Fas associated death domain adapter proteins. Okay, that is going to be interacts with precaspases, okay, that will be present inside the cell. These together you will call it as a disc complex. See, now what happens, this disc complex is going to be activating the caspases. Clear? And if you see this caspases, you will call it as a proteolytic enzymes. Okay, what is this proteolytic enzymes? Mainly which can act on the nuclear proteins or the organelles which will be containing the proteins. Mainly these caspases acts on the nuclear proteins or the cell or the organelles which is having the proteins. Okay, mainly on those this caspases is going to be acting. Clear? See, once these caspases are activated, which will be activating mainly the two genes, you will call it as BCL2 genes and P53 genes. Okay, mainly these two genes is going to be activated. Okay, these BCL2 and P53 are the two genes. The two genes are going to be activated because of the activation of this caspases. Okay, first we will see what is this BCL2. Okay, mainly this BCL2 gene that will be present on the outer membrane of the mitochondria. Clear? Where it will be present? On the outer membrane of the mitochondria, and which is having two effects. That means which will be acting like a activation of apoptosis as well as the inhibitor of apoptosis, which can act like a activation of apoptosis or which can acts like a inhibitor of the apoptosis. Clear? See, once this BCL2 binds with BAD, okay, and X protein is BAX. Okay, these are protein coding genes. Whenever this BCL2 binds with this BAD or the BAX protein coding genes, which will be activating the apoptosis. Okay, and next one is whenever this BCL2 binds with BCLXL protein coding gene, which is going to be inhibiting the apoptosis. Is it clear? See, finally what happens if it is activating the apoptosis, which will be leading to the cell death. Clear? See, and next one is P53. Okay, this P53, which is also another important enzyme that will be present. Clear? Whenever there is an activation of this P53, which will be automatically promoting the process of apoptosis. Clear? See, this is the importance of this BCL2, you remember, which is present mainly on the outer membrane of the mitochondria, which is having two properties, which can activate the apoptosis or which can inhibit the apoptosis. How which will be activating? once this BCL2 binds with this BAT or BAT's protein coding genes, which will be activating the apoptosis, okay, or if it binds with this BCLXL, which will be inhibiting the apoptosis. Clear? We don't want that inhibition, we want this activation finally, which will be leading to the cell death. Clear? See, generally what happens after the cell death, what happens we will see. Clear? After the cell death, the process doesn't end here. See, generally what happens, suppose if it is a normal cell, see, inside a normal cells, mainly two proteins or the two molecules will be present. See, that you will call it as phosphatidylserine. Two molecules, you will call it as phosphatidylserine and thrombospondine. Okay, next one is thrombospondine. Okay, these two molecules, generally this will be present inside the cell. See, but what happens whenever there is a cell death, then what happens immediately, these two molecules will be appears on the surface of the cell. See, once there is an appearance of this phosphatidylserine and thrombospondine on the surface of the cell, immediately that will be detected by the phagocytes. Clear? See, generally how the phagocytes engulf any particles, that is mainly because of the presence of these two molecules. Clear? See, once there is a cell death, whatever these molecules that will be present inside the cell, that is going to be appears on the surface of the cell. Clear? See, once this will be appears on the surface of the cell, immediately what happens, these phagocytes are going to be recognize those cells, and finally which will be leading to the phagocytosis. Is it clear? So that's all regarding the mechanism of the apoptosis. Okay, thank you students.